Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. I'm starting off today's journal with me by making a spread for my reading journal. My reading journal is basically a manga journal at this point, but that's okay. I'm using some free things that I found on Twitter. I know some of you follow me on Twitter and you'd probably know I try to retweet anytime I see anything that I think would be useful for digital journaling. So I will add those tweets to the description box as well as link the Google Drive folders for them. One is a set of, I think it's 2 different memo notes and kind of like a journal cover. And the other one is a collection of stickers. And I love outlined stickers. So when I saw them, I knew I had to download them. And the other main point of the spread, at least to me anyway, is that Hello Kitty ice cream artwork. If I had to guess, I would say that's probably like the front cover of a set of memo notes or something like that. I really wanted to use something ice cream themed because not only have I been trying to make all of my spreads summery, but also at the very beginning of this manga, the 2 main characters go and get ice cream and the main character drops one of his on the ground. I'm actually recording this voiceover so long after I read this manga that I had to go back through it and remember like what the plot was about. The way it starts is that one of the main characters is moving to Enoshima, I think is what it was, which is like a smaller island, and the male lead lives there, of course, and his family owns a restaurant. Whenever the main character gets there, a cat like jumps out at him, and it's the male lead's cat. That's kind of how they bump into each other, and then they realize, of course, they go to school together, and then they just start hanging out. I feel like every time I explain the plot of any manga on my channel that I'm saying the same exact words, and it's because I like the same kind of stories, I guess. But what I thought was really interesting in this one was that the main character tells the male lead that he's gay, and he like kind of jokes about it, and the male lead is like, why are you joking about it? Like, this is kind of a serious thing. Like, you don't have to joke away something that's serious. I thought that was so real. I'm definitely the kind of person that if I'm talking about something serious, I want to make a joke out of it. I thought that was really refreshing. And also, even like them getting together, like when the main character confesses to the male lead at first like isn't sure how he should feel or like what the main character even wants from him. And I think the male lead said something like, even if it's not the same kind of like that the main character has for him, he still wants to build a relationship. Like, he thinks that it would be nice to have a partner who he wants to hang out with all the time, that he really enjoys spending time with. And I thought that was so real too. It kind of gave me like a romantic vibes a little bit. And I also had no idea this manga was summer themed at all when I started it. Well, I guess I shouldn't say it's summer themed, but I read volume 1 and 2 and those were both summer themed. I think volume 3, which I have not started yet, I think it's going to be set during fall. My absolute favorite part of any manga that is summer themed is all the summer festivals. I love when they give me a summer festival scene in a romance manga. It just looks so fun. The festivals look so fun. And that's also why I used that Hello Kitty sticker sheet, because it was summer themed. I knew I wanted to use the fireworks because they go see fireworks together. And I just couldn't not use that slice of watermelon because not only does it have Hello Kitty's bow, but the seeds are shaped like hearts. Speaking of Hello Kitty, I said I would talk about the Sanrio character ranking, and I didn't, but I am now. Cinnamoroll stands, are y'all organizing? Be honest. Because like there is some kind of campaign happening. I swear, Cinnamoroll wins so frequently. I just have to assume the Cinnamoroll girls are organized, and I do respect that. But also at the same time, I really want us to collectively use the Sanrio character ranking as a way to show Sanrio that we also enjoy the lesser loved characters. You know, it's like, what incentive do they have to make Winky Pinky merch when she's like number 50? I think a better option maybe would be have 2 separate rankings, and then you can have this one where it's like, okay, here's everyone's favorite characters, but then they could have like a second ranking where it's like, what are some characters that you love that you wish you could see more of? Even though honestly I don't know if it informs their business decisions at all or not. Like Usahana moved up to, I think it was number 6 or something like that in America, which is crazy. But I'm not about to walk into, I don't know, Target and see an Usahana shirt. It's just not gonna happen. And I'm assuming it's because it has something to do like with the legal stuff, like the leasing of images for character branded items. I'm sure it has something to do with the legal stuff. Anyway, that is so far off from what I was supposed to be talking about, which was this manga, these 2 volumes of a manga. I did enjoy this story, and I will definitely be continuing with volume 3. I don't know if it was finished. I think the scan team is still working on it, but probably by the time it gets to be fall, they'll be done with it. And I love how pink this spread is. I think it really captured the ice cream essence that I wanted it to. The next spread I'm making is for another BL manga called Welcome Back Oriole, I think. Also, I never really talk about it, but sometimes the BL mangas that I find are from my library, specifically online, my online library. Does that make sense? So there's Libby and there's also Hoopla. So for me, I don't know if it's just my state or specifically like my region or what, but there are so many BL mangas on Hoopla, and they always get the digital releases in earlier. So like, of course, like the digital release comes out and then the print release, they always have the digital releases right as they come out. So just in case anyone who, I don't know, is it worldwide? Is it global? I'm not sure, but if you have a library card, definitely check out Hoopla. Anyway, it took me so long to choose which backgrounds I wanted for this spread. Nothing looked right. Like truly nothing looked right. The fact that I settled on this combination and I love it is a miracle. And on the right side, the house that I layered on top of the background, that's actually a binder insert from a Bubble Crush. I love it so much. I've seen people use it in real life, of course, in their binders when I'm watching Journal With Me videos. And so I don't really know where I saw that at. I must have been just like looking through stationery. I don't know if it was on their website or another website that sells Korean stationery. I don't know. I'll have to look and find it. And then I used a memo note, which is from that collection that I've been using for forever. I will leave the links to the tweet as well as the Google Drive folder, just in case you haven't downloaded it by now. I love every single one of those memo notes. And then I'm using another new collection of stickers, I guess they are, that I saw on Twitter. I try not to use so many new things all at once in one video, but it just kind of worked out like that because I get excited when I see cute things on Twitter. So of course I'll leave those links too in the description box. There are a lot of cute designs, and actually I'm going to be using them again in another spread later in this video. So this manga is not particularly summer themed. I just happened to see it within my library's catalog and I thought it looked interesting. Oh, by the way, who do you think the mangaka of this is? Would you have said it's the same mangaka as Skip and Loafer? I was so shocked. Every time I finish reading any kind of manga, I go search the mangaka to see if they have any other titles that I might be interested in, and also to look at their Twitter to see if they have any extra bonus artwork that I want to see. So I was so shocked. Skip and Loafer has been on my TBR for the longest time. I kind of wanted to let a few volumes build up, but now I feel like I've let it go too far. Like, aren't there at least like 5 or 6 now? So this manga is childhood friends to boyfriends. It flashes back into the past and shows you how one friend falls for the other when they're younger, and then it's kind of a slow burn, unrequited love becomes requited situation. And I definitely think that feels realistic because of course it would be strange at first if a friend, your best friend at that, confessed to you. And I also think it felt realistic how they both even got girlfriends because of course the friend that fell first, he would want to try to be normal, quote normal, and get over the fact that he has a crush on his best friend. When that character finally confesses his feelings, they both kind of drift apart slowly. Well, maybe not drift apart, but like they're more distant than they used to be, which I guess is kind of drifting apart. They live in the same neighborhood, so they were always popping over to each other's houses and stuff. Like, that's how close they were. And yeah, then it kind of catches back up to where the story begins, like in the first few pages. And you see the conclusion of their love story. There was something about this BL that I really liked. I can't put my finger on what it was, but when I got to the end, I was like, there's more, right? So that's why I know I really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, it's a one-shot. I want to see their college life though. What does their daily life look like? Who does what chores? Do they borrow each other's clothes? Do their friends know? Do their parents know? I have so many questions, but I would never tell that mangaka to give up their Skip and Loafer money to make another volume of this random BL, but I did seriously enjoy the story. Also, I'm just now realizing I didn't use a single epoxy sticker in this whole spread, and it kind of gives a different vibe somehow. Maybe I'm just making that up in my mind, but I swear there's something different. I actually think that this spread feels really realistic to how I would make a spread in real life if I were printing things out, because of course I wouldn't have cute Hello Kitty jelly stickers from probably the early 2000s at my disposal like that. But this spread is finished. The next spread for my reading journal has actually already been made. If you watched my Q&A journal with me, then you'll remember this one. In that video, I said I'd be finding uses for all of those pre-made spreads, and I thought this one would be perfect for an idea I had. I read so much in June. I don't make reading journal spreads for everything I read. If you watch my vlogs, then I'm sure you've seen my little reading recaps at the end of all of them. Like, I only finished one manga in May, nothing else, and it's not even in this journal. So it's not that I typically make spreads for everything I read, but I also don't typically read this much. And I just thought it would be nice to have a log of all the titles I read in June. Honestly, I can't believe I haven't done this before. In addition to my physical journal, I actually track everything I read in Notion. Like, I have a list for BLs and then everything else, and then I keep those databases on the same page. I don't really track them efficiently, but I like having databases specifically for any novels I read because I like being able to click on a title and have a full blank page to add all my notes. I never make notes on the BLs I read. I don't even rate them unless I'm making a journal spread, actually. It's very inconsistent, very inefficient, but that is how I keep track of everything I read, just kind of a physical list as well as in Notion. The memo sheet I made has plenty of space to write in, which is really nice. I've been thinking about what I'm lacking for my spreads that I can design myself, and I definitely think I want to make one of those bigger memo sheets where you can kind of cut it up into different sections or leave it whole. I think that would be really cute. I just have to figure out what theme I want it to be. But anyway, I'm so happy I made a monthly reading log. I'll definitely have to try this again when I have a busy reading month again. Next, I'm making a very quick filler spread for my archive journal. Basically, strawberries were on sale one week in June for 99 cents a carton, and I didn't take a single photo of all my strawberry cartons. I'm so annoyed with myself for not capturing that. I can't buy fresh produce often because of the cost, so I really felt like the Queen of Genovia. Also, in case any malicious rumors about Sheree's diary being a cinnamon roll hater arise, look at this wallpaper. I can't get it out of my mind. It's so cute. Last but not least, I'm finally making another calendar spread. The last time I made one like this was in February? Where is the time going? But I knew when I saw this artwork of Mimi and Hello Kitty that it had to be used to make a calendar spread. Look at the colors. Look at the seagull's little hat. Oh my God, I'm so obsessed with playing Adorable Home right now. Seeing that seagull reminds me of all the little animal friends that visit you. I'll probably talk about that game in another video because I have way too many screenshots saved not to make a spread about it. Also, y'all, I am so annoyed right now because my next door neighbor is mowing my front lawn for absolutely no reason. It is quite literally the hottest day of the year right now. I have my fan turned off because of course I'm trying to record this video. It's the only time I have to do this voice recording, and she is outside mowing our front lawn for no reason. I'm so annoyed. I'm sorry in advance if you can hear the lawnmower noise really loud. I'm hoping the background music kind of drowns it out, but I won't know until I go to edit this. So I used the outline stickers I talked about before. I can't read Japanese, so I hope that one says something cute. And I used a glittery number sticker last time, so I went back into that collection to see if there was a number 7 that matched, and luckily this blue one was perfect. Then I'm highlighting the days of the week. I went through a few different colors, but ultimately I settled on this purple, and I think it ended up complementing the other colors well. July always has a lot of K-pop things going on for me for some reason. What you're not seeing right now is me going back and forth between my Notion and this spread to check my Notion calendar. I had to keep going back and forth as I began decorating to make sure I wasn't adding a sticker over a box where I would need to write. I started with that Shohei photo booth picture. July is when I saw Shohei for the first time. Doesn't that sound like the beginning of a manhwa or a drama? During the sticky, glimmering heat of July, I saw Matsushima Shohei for the first time. Crickets. Okay. Actually, you know, those, what is that place called? The Life 4Cut? Those studios, they do collaborations with K-pop groups all the time. Like right now there's one for Cosmic by Red Velvet and Sticky by Kiss of Life. I cannot stop listening to Sticky. So when I was making this spread, I was thinking, what if Shohei debuts and there's an event? I don't drive, so how would I get there? But I would have to be there. I remember when I was a teenager, my best friend's mom told me I should learn to drive because, quote, I didn't want to get stuck. And I think she meant stuck in our small city, which I'm stuck here anyway for other reasons, but maybe she meant you don't want to get stuck not taking a cute series of photo booth pictures with Shohei. And now I get what she was saying. Oh my God, what would I wear? Do I own a single piece of clothing? I can't even think about it. I'm thinking really, really far ahead because I have to manifest Shohei's dream coming true. You know, if you could see my Shohei concept Pinterest boards, I even have the lore all figured out in my head. SM Entertainment, please contact me. Also, I think my neighbor finally stopped mowing the grass. It's scarily quiet now, so I hope she's finished. I'm wondering if I should have filled in my calendar first, then decorated. I don't remember what I did last time though. Did I decorate and then write the calendar, or the opposite? I can't remember. I should have rewatched my video before I started doing this, but obviously it's too late now. I've actually never rewatched a single one of my videos. I feel like I just can't do it. I feel like I would think it was too awkward. I just can't do it. As soon as I hit publish on YouTube, that's it. I don't ever rewatch a single second of my videos. Also, there's this girl on Twitter who posts about new BLs, like whether it's seasons ending or returning, or like she just posts information and updates about different titles, like no matter the platform. If it's like something that's going to be getting a physical print, she just posts information. And I think she recently set up a Google Calendar, which is so helpful. And I just remember that I was looking through her account before I made this calendar because I wanted to make sure that I wrote down any titles that I'd be interested in. Also, Legend has started making monthly calendars, so that's helpful too. I just wanted to add all the ones I'm interested in, even if I don't end up reading them quite yet. I actually saw an offline event in Korea for One Room TA. I don't know what the Korean title of that manhwa is. It's the one I was most excited for this whole entire month. And I already bought a chapter of Keep Holding On, which is by author Calm, who wrote Uncanny Charm, one of my favorite BLs. I decided to add a little section for reminders just because this month ends on a Wednesday, so there were some empty boxes, of course. But even after I wrote my little book club reminder, there was some blank space still, so I was like, I have to go back into the arena, quarter quell. I had to go back to Canva and fill in the gaps that were still remaining. I used more of those outline stickers, and I also used the washi tape that I made in my Q&A journal with me, which is so cute. I suddenly remembered it, and I'm glad I did because that's perfect for the space. Then I went back to Sketchbook to begin the process of highlighting. I just tried to group everything into categories, so birthday, there's only one birthday, Taeyong's birthday, and comebacks and events like anniversaries, and also when I was getting packages. I love aespa's Hot Mess comeback, by the way. Specifically, I love Sun and Moon. As you can see, I bought an aespa album, but it wasn't that one, even though I saw, oh my gosh, she's back on her lawnmower. Sorry, what was I saying? Oh, I didn't buy the Hot Mess album, even though I saw a Japanese fan unboxing them, and the poster version was so cute. I'm obsessed with this calendar. I thought I loved the February one more than anything else in the world, but it's actually this one. I really, really like how it turned out. It looks so bright and summery. Now I'm going to put my spreads in my digital journals. Still no movie journal update. Honestly, when it's this hot in my house, it's really, really difficult for me to put on over-the-head headphones. And I just feel like my in-ear headphones, they just don't, it's not the same, you know? So I haven't watched any movies. Oh, also, I keep forgetting to tell you this. I found out how you can remove the dot grid on the paper app. Remember before when I was saying that it was kind of annoying when I was zooming in on spreads to show you? I figured out how to remove it. If you click on the button with the 3 lines, then click on Canvas settings, there's an option that says to remove the dot grid while zooming in. You can just toggle that off. Problem solved. So just in case any of you also were interested in removing that dot grid, it's that simple. I also wanted to say sorry for this video taking so long. That was not intentional. It's so difficult to do anything with this heat. I've talked about this in vlogs before, I think, but I don't have any air conditioning and it is just so hot. Right now, as I'm recording this, it's about to be 11:30 in the morning and it's already 92 degrees inside my house. I seriously love making these YouTube videos and sharing my digital journal spreads with all of you. So thank you for waiting on me always. Thank you for liking my videos and thank you for liking me and thank you for being here today. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm not a scary person at all, so I'll be happy to answer them. The link to my Pinterest board where you can find all of the other things I used in this video will be in the description box along with my other social media. I hope you had fun today. I'm always happy when we can meet like this. Thank you so much for your continued support. Hopefully once summer is over, I can upload more frequently again. I think that was everything I needed to say, so I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone.